wearing my Imperfectionist shirt today. And you know what's funny? To make this video, I put on some makeup to make it more perfect, to make myself a little more perfect maybe. And then I put on this shirt, and guess what? There's a stain in my shirt now from my makeup. So I guess that is a good reminder for myself to not be so perfectionist today. So as you notice, I'm speaking English right now, and I wasn't doing so in my previous videos, simply for the reason that I didn't feel comfortable enough to do so, because it's not my first language, obviously. But many people said, like, why don't you do it in English? You reach so much more people. That's why I'm wearing my Imperfectionist shirt today. And in that way, I am willing and able to make a video in English, because it helps me to remind myself that I don't have to be perfect all the time. I notice that I literally can let go a little bit more. I feel myself sink back a little bit. And I feel a sense of ease and a bit more flowing in my belly. And for you, imperfectionism might feel very different in your body. So imperfectionism and cartoons is also the theme of today's video. The second episode of 6 times more pleasure during sex. And you can read sex here, but you might as well think of work or intimacy or life in general. Can you imagine yourself wearing an Imperfectionist shirt like this? Does it do anything for you? Is there a difference? Now, what have cartoons have to do with this? If I go to perfectionist mode, on the contrary, I call this the Johnny Bravo feeling. To me, it feels like hoo-ha! I feel myself tensing up. I can feel my belly, it feels like it's going really thin and small. And in my chest, it feels like I pump myself up. Like, almost as if I'm about to go fight. And sometimes Johnny Bravo feeling is really helpful. It can really make me feel strong. But doing it all the time, especially when I don't actually feel like Johnny Bravo, but I'm more pretending to be him, then it can work against me. Because then I get really serious, and making mistakes is like the world is ending, which has to be prevented by all means, of course. So then I'm tensing up more Johnny Bravo, and get really rigid. That is what perfectionism is. Now imagine having sex while being in this perfectionist mode. It doesn't allow for a lot of movement, and it's quite rigid and tensed up. Having sex and pretending to be Johnny Bravo don't go really well together for me. Having sex and trying to be perfect, whatever perfect might mean to you, don't really go well together. And so I would like to invite you to notice where perfectionism shows up in your sex life or life in general. Perfectionism can come in many different ways. It can involve wanting to have perfect looks. It can involve wanting to have perfect skills, wanting to give pleasure in a perfect way. Or it can involve wanting a perfect orgasm. So how does perfectionism show up for you? How does it make you feel in your body? And maybe you recognize the Johnny Bravo feeling. Or maybe you have a completely different feeling with a different matching cartoon. And I have to say that during sex in perfectionist mode, for me, there's kind of a mix going on between Johnny Bravo, hoo-ha, and Betty Boop. So I kind of want to be feminine, like Betty, and at the same time, I have the muscle tension of Johnny B in the house. So, how is it for you? Do you have matching cartoons to your perfectionist feeling or your imperfection? And then you can try to imagine yourself wearing an imperfectionist shirt. And it can be an invisible imperfectionist shirt. Or maybe you try and write invisibly somewhere on your body. Imperfectionism can be real as well. And do you notice a difference? Is there any difference? I don't have a cartoon for my imperfectionist feeling yet. Maybe Tasmanian Devil. Doesn't really fit for me. But maybe it does for you. Just trying and be curious. What happens for you and your sexual pleasure when you are putting on an invisible or real imperfectionist shirt?